What's up, guys? I am here to do a Mikey Goes to the Movies. This is going to be a standalone because it was a request, and as a rule, unless it's the same person requests multiple movies, the um, requests will always get standalone reviews. Um, and this one I'm going to do is for Helen. Um, I told her that I picked up the um, 1978, I think it was, biopic for Elvis. It was done by John Carpenter and starred Kurt Russell as Elvis. And she said, "Are you going to do a review?" I said, "Well, I am now." So, baby girl, here you go. Here's your review. First things first, I didn't know A, that this movie existed, B, that it was a John Carpenter movie, and C, that it was a very early Kurt Russell performance. I thought it was well shot, well directed, well performed by Kurt Russell. It covered from his birth all the way through his comeback concert in 1969. So it's kind of a lot to cover there. Just going to go through some of the things that I thought were interesting about the movie. It touched on Elvis's relationship with his mother. To me, Elvis's relationship with his mother was almost like Norman Bates' time. It was almost like Norman Bates' time, because they were, at least the way it was portrayed in the movie, seemed like they were obsessed with each other. And once Elvis met Priscilla and they started dating, Priscilla and his mother didn't really get along because they were fighting about who's going to be, number one in Elvis's life. And they kind of put Elvis in a pretty awkward position because, here's his wife, here's his mom and his mom. He loves them both. He's not trying to really choose any one over the other. But I just thought that dynamic was interesting, because they both wanted the best for him. They both wanted him to be a success, but his mother wanted to be the only woman in his life, and had a hard time dealing with the fact that she wasn't. I also thought that it was interesting that he never wanted to change any of his songs. He would have like producers and engineers tell him, maybe if we change this, this will be better. If we change this, that'll be better, or whatever. Elvis never bought into it. If he wrote a song, it was performed, laid down, and produced as he wrote it. He was very, very particular and anal about that. He didn't feel like his stuff needed to be produced for him. He said he felt like he could do that himself. And obviously, look at him. King of rock and roll, for fuck's sakes. And when people tried to produce him, dude, he turned into a fucking wild boar. He did not like to be what he perceived as overproduced. And I don't know, to me, that just put him ahead of his time, because there's a lot of people now that are like that, that in this day and age, you know, they don't let them, they'll put their foot down. And, you know, whereas you don't really hear about that much in his time, you know, so he was kind of ahead of his time in the fact that he knew what he wanted to do, and if it wasn't done his way, it wasn't going to get done. He was very much a control freak, from what I was able to gather from the movie. His relationship with his daughter, when she was a baby, he doted all over her. You know, it changed him. It kind of mellowed him out a little bit. You know, as having kids will tend to do to people, it mellows you out a little bit, and this was no different. So it was kind of a, you know, sweet portrayal of their relationship. I don't know how it was as he got later on in life, but when she was first born, he was completely, by all accounts, a changed man, and this movie portrayed that. So those are just a couple of things that I kind of picked up on from this. And overall, to biopic, so I loved it. It's Elvis, so yeah, I loved it. And I never knew about this before. I got it completely on accident, because it was what they call shout select. I'm trying to collect all those, so and so I give it 4.5 wheelies out of 5. Um, I take half a wheelie off because even though it was loaded with extra stuff, the extra stuff didn't really add anything to the movie, like most of the supplemental stuff on Blu-rays and DVDs these days do. So it's getting half a thing taken off for that. So 4.5 wheels out of 5. Highest recommendation. If you can find it, definitely worth seeing. I liked it. You will too. And Helen, you should definitely seek that out and get your hands on a copy and watch it, because I think you will really enjoy yourself. So again, 4.5 wheels out of 5. Highest recommendation. Be back soon with some more. Love y'all.